Weird sciencey facts that boggle my mind. It's the mushrooms that have done it again, but not in the way you're thinking. Now, the evolutionary timeline is a weird thing. Often, things don't evolve in the order that you would logically think that they would have. Trees are a great example of this. They're really not that old. The first trees evolved around 360 million years ago, which seems like a long time ago, and it is, but life is all about perspective. So here's some perspective for you. Jaws had been cruising the ocean for close to 100 million years before the first sapling sprouted up here on land. That's right, sharks evolved about 450 million years ago. Jellyfish have been floating around out there for 600 million years. And the great-grandparents of the millipedes that are hiding out in your basement right now, they first took their millisteps onto land 420 million years ago. So millipedes predate trees by 60 million years. What the hell does all of this have to do with mushrooms? After all, mushrooms are genetically and evolutionarily closer to people than they are to plants, so why the hell am I talking about trees? Well, perspective. Because this is kind of what Earth would have looked like about 400-ish million years ago. Well, minus the trees in the background, just you get the point. Just a boring landscape of short stubby plant life that didn't get more than a couple feet tall. However, researchers have found something to suggest that maybe the scenery wasn't so bland after all, because they found giant fossilized spires about 3 feet around and 24 feet in length, dating back 350 to 420 million years ago. And for a long time, paleontologists and scientists were kind of stumped as to what the hell these things were. But a study that came out in 2007 suggests that they were mushrooms. 3 foot in diameter, 24 foot tall mushrooms. Do you understand how big that is? The peak of my shop is 14 feet off the ground. If you stuck Sung Ming Ming on the top of my shop, he would struggle to reach the top of one of these mushrooms. Now, if hearing the fact that the world was at one point covered in giant mushrooms the sizes of trees doesn't make you want to dress up like a plumber and get in a time machine, then I don't know if we could be friends, because that is like literally the only rational first thought you should have upon receiving that piece of information. For transparency, I need to say that not all scientists are on board with the findings of this study suggesting that these giant fossilized spires were mushrooms. Some scientists hypothesize that these were actually fungal mats of liverwort that had somehow rolled up like a rug over Jeff Bridges' shoulder. But they don't have a study saying that these were giant liverwort rugs that were used to dispose of a body. And we do have a study saying that giant mushrooms probably covered the Earth at one point. And until they do, the official theme song of the Devonian era is Super Mario Bros. This is not up for debate. And the fact that, like, the lost city of Atlantis, my backyard, could be the long-lost Mushroom Kingdom, well, that is pretty mind-boggling.